For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Anything in particular?
Yeah, you just look at me. Well, welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman. Nice to have you along. It's almost the end of March and the beginning of April, and lots of stuff is happening all over the Blue Water area. Got a man by the name of Josh Chapman joining us right now, who is the president and CEO of Blue Water YMCA. Nice to see you. Welcome to the Focus Show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks
It's
for
been
having me.
overdue to have you here, sir.
Thank you.
Very nice story in the Times Herald about you recently. And you have got huge shoes to fill for a lady by the name of Denise Brooks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who was at the Blue Water YMCA for 10 years plus, and did a lot of interviews with us over the years, and glad to see you there.
Thank you. Yep, monumental shoes. So.
But your background is YMCA for a long, long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk to me. Tell me about it.
I've been a part of the Y my entire life. I'm a Michigan guy, de facto, so to speak. So my entire family's from the Port Huron area.
Right.
My mom was a blue plater in the 80s, so went down to Texas, had a career, had my brother and I, and we were in Michigan every summer. And summers in Michigan the winters aren't so great, but the summers are much more palatable in Michigan than they are in Texas.
Right.
So we were always part of the Blue Water area. I learned how to play soccer at the YMCA in Texas. I learned how to swim at the YMCA in Texas, so very similar to stories in the Blue Water area. When I graduated college, I needed an internship and became an intern at the Y. And like a stray,
you never left.
And like a stray they fed, I haven't left yet. So it's been a great journey. I've held every role and done every job, and some of them better than others. And
started sweeping floors and
absolutely
never stopped.
Absolutely.
There was some news about the Eddy Innovation Center, which is coming to St. Clair, or is here, and it involves the Blue Water YMCA. What is that story?
Yeah, so really cool project. As you know, really looking in a unique way on how to use old schools. Right? A great setup. And as the world has changed in COVID, right, a lot more folks working from home, and so we're excited. The why we've been in the childcare space for decades.
Right.
We do it really well. We serve thousands of kids a year in a multitude of ways: swim lessons, childcare, soccer, open gym, whatever the case may be. And through leadership, Jeff Bohm and different folks, we got invited to tour Eddy Elementary. And we were really excited. Obviously our goal is to help build strong kids. And we do that in many different ways across many different areas. But childcare, especially right now, with the challenges in that arena, fit really well into the Y's mission. So we toured the facility. Obviously schools lend themselves really well to preschools.
Right.
And so we're on our path and on our journey to hopefully get a licensed preschool in the city of St. Clair at the Eddy Innovation Center. Yeah.
Well, what age groups would that cover?
So we would be looking tentatively 6 weeks to preschool. So getting kids.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
To preschool.
It's a piece of cake.
Yeah. Well, you guys have done that. You've done it. I've toured your facility in Port Huron many times, and that child care center is really staffed by great quality people, and
absolutely.
I would assume that you would do that here too.
Absolutely, and that's really what we're looking to do, is recreate the great thing that we have in Warm World at our YMCA location in Port Huron.
How many children do you treat, or not treat, but
depending on the
work
day.
with?
So
work with in the Port Huron location.
We're licensed in our early child care center for 100 kids.
100,
so we serve
wow.
100 every day. Yeah.
Okay.
6 weeks to about 4.5.
For those that have not been in the building, let's just do a Reader's Digest thumbnail sketch of that beautiful building that you have along the St. Clair River.
So very blessed, and one of the best YMCA's in my opinion in the country, and I've been to quite a few. Right. We have something for everyone. So from our infant room, where we have our 6 weeks Our kiddo's 6 weeks, so parents can kind of get back to work. We have a beautiful full-size gymnasium, so we were just fortunate enough these past couple of weeks to work with SC4 and helping them host their tournament. Yep, so they did the women's national tournament, March Madness, right? So we helped with that. Beautiful pools, so that is it's a water park.
Yeah.
We'll go toe-to-toe with Xander's or whoever wants it, but very blessed for that, especially on these cold days. And multi-purpose rooms, an aerobic studio for mindfulness and yoga and spinning. And again, I think everyone knows just for the sizzle to our steak, which is our recreation pool with the lazy river and the toys.
Yeah, the lazy river is great. Yeah. Memberships.
Yeah.
Is it expensive? Is it? I know there's silver sneakers as part of the program. Let's sort of roll through that too.
So serve everybody. A board member once said we serve everyone from womb to tomb. So again, we've got kids, we've got seniors. We try to participate in every option to bring folks to the Y and allow access to the Y. One of the unique things as a nonprofit is our goal is to really impact the health and wellness of the Blue Water area. So we don't turn anyone away for the inability to pay.
Okay.
So through donors and philanthropy in our community, we're able to provide financial assistance. And I think it's important to say, Paul, everybody pays something. So everyone has skin in the game. Everyone needs to put up something, and we vet that, but we don't turn anyone away for the inability to pay. So we want to make sure that kids have a safe place and adults have a place that wherever they're at in their wellness journey, they can participate.
Back to the Eddy Innovation Center, how soon should people be contacting you about maybe signing up to
That's a great question. So we don't have a firm timeline. There's COVID has impacted the licensing agency within the state of Michigan. I will tell you unofficially we already have 3 parents on our wait list.
Okay.
So the word has gotten out and we have an unofficial wait list. But if folks have questions, they want to give us a call at the Y, we're happy to do that and share information as we can. We are currently going through the licensing process. So one of the strong parts about our program is we are fully licensed in the state of Michigan, and that is a process. So we've got to make sure we've got the right kind of mulch and we've got everything above board.
1st of April, around the corner here. Are there programs starting up for the spring that we should know about? Yoga programs or lift programs?
So we've got, so we're really excited. Our spring session starts end of April, but folks can come down anytime. Our summer day camp program is ramping up, so if anyone is looking for a really cool place to get their kids active, participate in STEAM programs, music programs, art programs, we're going to be rocking all summer long. So I always say that this time of year, because it's one of those situations. Summer sneaks up on us, and we're like, what are we going to do with the kids this summer, right?
Wait a minute,
So our full slate of programs are really back.
That's right, because you were shut down like everybody else.
Yeah, we were shuttered for about 7 months. So we've got programming that starts at 5:30 in the morning at boot camp, and we have programming that runs till 8:15 at night. So we've got low intensity, mild intensity, high intensity, loud music, soft music, tap dance classes, yoga classes, Pilates classes, and everything in between.
YMCA, Blue Water YMCA, or Blue Water YMCA of the Blue Water. What's the website?
There it is.
The
third time's a charm. YMCA of the BlueWaterArea.com.
Or
you can give us a call.
Have additional questions or anything, if they want to see what kind of programs you have, et cetera, et cetera.
Come out and try it for free.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a good deal.
Yeah. You can always try the Y for free. Come on down. We'll tour you. We'll show you, where everything is at, answer any questions, get you signed up for an assessment. I'd like to see you down there, Paul.
Right.
Not implicating anything.
I've walked through a couple times and said, look at those. Those bikes look like they'd really be good for somebody. Not for me, no.
I get it.
How early can a baby start swimming?
So we start swim lessons parent-child 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
We just throw them right in? No.
Yeah, right.
So we do parent-child. They start at 6 months.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Up, down, we, and they sing the song. I should know the song as many times as I've gone through the class personally, but it's a great program.
Josh Chapman, it's very nice to finally got you in here and talk. Anytime you need to talk to us down here, we're more than happy to open the door for you.
Thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Coming up next, we've got Detective Sergeant, Detective Corporal. I always want to give him a raise. Don Ennis, and he's got some important information to share with us about autism and dementia. So we'll be right back. One of the treats of this job is to meet nice people along the way, and that is no different today. We've got the return of a very fun, nice guest by the name of Detective Corporal Don Ennis.
Yeah.
Whichever way you want to put the sign.
I'm back. Glad to
You're
be back.
Nice to see you, sir. The police work is interesting work, difficult work, and rewarding work.
Absolutely.
And you've had the experience recently to see a program that Port Huron's using, other people are using, and you wanted to tell us about it. Talk to me.
Yeah, so one of the great parts about this job is giving back to the community, and this is kind of one of those proactive ways to give back to the community. And it all kind of started last summer. I had a mother approach me, and she was concerned about her young teenage son who was diagnosed with autism. And
Difficult disease.
Very difficult to control emotions, how to react to them, how to control them, etc. So she came to me and said, "Hey, I'm curious. If I have to call 911 one day, what could happen? I kind of fear for my son. I fear for law enforcement. I fear for medical, or I fear for the fire department. I don't know how they're going to respond to my son, because my son he's a larger male." And he can punch holes in the wall. He can get upset. He can throw things, and he can overpower me. I don't want nothing bad to happen. But if one day I do call 911 for help, what's going to happen when first responders show up? And when we show up to a scene, we don't know who the suspect is. We don't know who the victim is. We don't know what's going on. We just get the 911 call, and the call takers at the 911 center, they get all the information they possibly can. But as you're calling 911, that's a pretty chaotic phone call. You're not calling it like a casual conversation. Usually the situation is escalated. So you're forgetting things, you're missing things. The 911 call taker's trying to focus you back to what the important information is. So her main concern with me was, I'm scared that law enforcement could do something to my son.
Right.
And not in a bad way, but in the sense of they don't know my son's, he's diagnosed with autism. So she's like, how can we do this?
You don't want him hurt either.
I don't want him hurt. I don't want us hurt. I want no one hurt. So for us to go into those scenes, these decals are kind of a tool that we got from another police department locally who's done them, and we implemented them into our community.
Got them on the big screen here. A simple little message. Emergency responders, any occupant may have some special needs, autism or other needs. And that makes you aware as you enter a volatile scene.
Absolutely. If we have a 16-year-old male who has autism and is not responding to our verbal commands, we may escalate. But if we know he has autism, we can obviously try to de-escalate that situation. And that's just a tool in the front door that people can put that we know, that maybe get missed when that person calls 911.
So these little stickers are available for free.
Absolutely.
From the St. Clair Police Department and from retailers downtown?
Yep, so we're distributing them out throughout the community at stores, at different businesses. Obviously at our PD, we're going to start giving them to churches. But they're details you can put on your front window of glass, your siding, your vehicle door. But our thing, we did purchase them. They are for free, but they were purchased by the St. Clair Police Foundation. Right.
Dave Gillis has got a good group going there, and they've been doing some wonderful things.
So I approached them if they would purchase it, and they said absolutely. So.
Yeah, your work, as you've alluded to, is right now. It's people are in an emergency. They want you to respond and to solve their problem. But you don't know what you're getting into.
Absolutely not. So the call taker, the 911 center, is basically the middle person. They're collecting all the information that they're trained to do. But when you're calling 911, it's probably a bad day for you.
Right.
So you kind of have that tunnel vision. You're not saying what you need to say. You're reacting to things on the scene. You're thinking about other things probably. There's a lot of things going on when you're calling 911. So those call takers can't get all the information. So when we arrive out on the scene, we have no idea really what's going on. And our job is to control that scene and make sure everyone's safe to kind of figure out what's going on. So yeah, this is just a great tool for us to use that people can have in the front doors to say, hey, this house is kind of special, and this is why.
They used to have ones years ago, and I haven't seen them lately, that said, oh, there's a child in this bedroom, those kinds of things. The fire department would have put those out.
Yeah, they may. I've seen those too. Yeah, we've had some. When I grew up in my house, we had those reflective decals on all our bedrooms for the kids. Yeah.
And you have a second one, which is emergency responders. There may be an occupant may have dementia, and that's another issue, another problem. A person may be somewhat confused or not relate to what you're trying to say, so that you have these available also.
Yeah, and these are the situations where we do well-being checks. And what I mean by that is a neighbor, a friend, a family member could call us and say, like, hey, I haven't heard from my friend, family in a while.
You get a lot of those calls.
All the time. Can you go knock and talk to them? And for the most part, when we knock and talk to people, if you answer the door and you're living, breathing, you look like there's nothing wrong, we're not going to go in your house and start asking questions and why are you talking to your family. We kind of said, okay, you're healthy. We call the person back. They're good to go. But if we can see a sign like this dementia or Alzheimer's decal, we can kind of maybe be a little more aggressive with the questions, like, are you taking care of yourself, medication, mental health? Because a lot of these people, sometimes they don't have family. They're alone.
Yeah.
They're alone. They have no one to take care of them other than, the mental health system or a doctor's office could take care of them. So we're somewhat some of a family to them. We know some of these people. The people that we don't know, these are a great tool for us to use to, hey, maybe we need to contact mental health services, maybe we need to contact family or friends or someone to take care of this person, because we can't take care of them on a daily basis. So we need to find those resources to take care of them.
So police work is just not pulling somebody over and giving them a ticket for going 30 miles an hour on Kearney Drive.
That's an easy day. That's an easy day for us. But stuff like this, being proactive with our community, I think these are the small things that we can do to make our community better. Because you're right, there's speed, there's a lot of issues, but this is just one of our small things we can take care of, because we do deal with people with autism or well-being checks on a daily basis. So we want to make sure we can proactively take care of those so we can focus on other things.
You referred to the dispatch people at 911, and you said the other night at City Council that there's a smart 911. What's that?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you get the detail up here. But there's a...
Sam, if you put the other, there's one more, Sam, there you go. Oh, that's a good looking one.
There's a website, an app called Smart 911, and I contacted Tina Brinker, who manages the 911 center up in the sheriff's office, and I said, hey, what can we do with these families who are concerned about police responding to their house with children with autism? She says, you need to use this Smart 911 system. She's like, we pay for this. This is a free service to the community that we pay for. We participate in it. And what this service does is, if you can download the app or go to the website, you can list important information when you call 911.
Oh, okay.
So you can list medication. You can list who lives in the house, and
heart disease.
All those things that sometimes you don't remember when you're calling 911.
Yeah.
So you call 911 for your phone, and they have a whole list, an itemized list of what's going on inside that house. So they can focus on the 911 call rather than all the the other information, name, date of birth, address, all that stuff. They can focus on the actual issue itself.
So people can just go to their App Store or Google Play and download Smart 911. And put in the information that they want to put in.
Absolutely, and
you don't have to put everything in. You can put what you want to put in.
Yeah, you can put in whatever you want to put in there, whatever you think is important. But I hope people do take this serious, because, like I said, when you call 911, it's a bad day. You're not going to think of a lot of things. You're not going to think of, medication information or medical information. You're going to think of this issue right here. Yeah. So for dispatchers that can relay that information to us, it's worth its weight in gold for sure.
Okay, Smart 11. I have not heard of that one before, and it's easy. It's free, so that's a good thing to discuss. These two stickers, again, they are available from the St. Clair Police Department, through a grant from the St. Clair Police Foundation and Dave Gillis and his group. So you got a couple hundred of these. Are you going to get more?
We got 200 of each, and we've already had requests for other ones. Another person wanted a deaf one for, for a person who may be deaf. So, I mean, if people need them, we'll purchase them. We'll take care of them. We want them in, and people not living. I know it says St. Clair PD, but if you live in East China, St. Clair Township, Columbus, Marysville, Port Huron, please
don't worry
use
about
them. I actually had a guy after the council meeting approach me. He said, my niece lives in Gaylord. Can I have one? I want to mail one to her.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't have to be a local person. We want to get these out. We don't want them collecting dust. We want people to use them.
Well, they're good graphics on them. They're easy to read. And
they're peel and stick. They're easy. So
yeah.
They're easy to take on and
off. Corporal, Detective Corporal Don Ennis, you always got great information for us.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Anything else that you want to talk about?
No, just I really encourage people to use these, and if they do have any questions or concerns, or if they do want to implement their own thoughts into whatever community program that we can help get started, please contact me, because I always want to help engage with the community positively, proactively with programs like these.
Lucky to have you here, sir. His name is Corporal Detective, or Detective Corporal, if you like it that way. Don Ennis, he's a member of the St. Clair Police Department. We're very lucky to have him on board here, and we thank you for watching. Good information. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.